I'll go a little mad sometimes.
Be afraid. Be very afraid.
The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep and miles to go before I sleep. Did you hear me, butterfly? Miles to go before I sleep. Lee.
You said Jesus Christ Shanna. And before the sentence was over, you threw a fuck in there just to emphasize your irritatedness. Nathan.
And you're listening to
They're Here
podcast.
A discussion
And dissection.
of all things horror
Fear.
and the macabre. We kind of do need to get an actual...
Like an echo.
Yeah, we do. I think we should record ourselves and just do the whole... what's the name of the guy? Edgar Allan Poe from Michael Jackson's Thriller. You know, the laugh that he does.
Vincent Price.
Yeah. So, we're in a new month and we didn't decide to do any type of theme or something along those lines.
No, we'll have a themed week next week, but that's kind of it. I don't think Valentine's Day is big enough to dedicate a whole month to.
No. Plus, like, we're just kind of like, let's leave a theme to every, like, second month or third month or when something along those lines. You know, like Pride Month.
Up a little bit.
Something like that is good, you know?
Now, I just want to get off my chest, first of all, get the sound up. We're doing Death Proof, one of my absolute favorite movies. Now, just off the jump, Kurt Russell's in this movie. And whenever Kurt Russell is around, Kurt Russell is Human Chair of the Week. Kurt Russell, I know you can't get me pregnant, but I would let you give it your best shot, baby. I don't care. This is like peak Kurt Russell. This is mullet head, scar across the face, cowboy wisdom, stuntman Mike, icy hot ass Kurt Russell.
I gotta say, the mullet and the scar does it for him.
It's so hot.
It's good.
Yeah.
You know?
Me and Ash always say that if you're going to have a facial scar, it better be across your eyebrow, down your cheek, because that's so fucking cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But I feel like they literally took 80s Kurt Russell and just like time traveled him into this movie.
Yeah.
Like the hair, the face.
Escape from New York era.
Big Trouble in Little China.
Yeah.
You know, it's oh god, Kurt Russell is just one of the most beautiful men to ever walk this earth, in my opinion.
Nice.
And you've been listening to
So we are reviewing Death Proof today. And I gotta say, I fucking forgot how good this movie is.
Better than Planet Terror?
Now, come here, listen, come here, and I tell you, go away, come here.
Sure, look. Ask yourself.
Sure, look it.
Ask for himself.
Sure, look.
Is it yourself?
It's only his bleeding self, like.
As
So
opposed
this
to
is, how do we say, would you consider it part 1 or part 2 of the Grindhouse double feature hour?
It's part 2. I'm pretty sure Planet Terror is first in Grindhouse. So Grindhouse, just like little kind
backstory.
of... Yeah. It's basically like a big collab between mainly Robert Rodriguez and Quentin Tarantino. But also like Rob Zombie's involved in some small ways. It's just kind of a big collab, but it's basically their throwback to exploitation movies. You can tell like they have like a hair in the gate, and like the footage is quote unquote dirty. They just really, really try and ham it up. This is kind of the Faster Pussycat Kill Kill kind of segment of this, whereas Planet Terror is kind of a Night of the Living Dead,
sci-fi horror, zombie thriller.
I would almost say more sci-fi. Like it leans.
It definitely is.
I think
sci-fi.
it leans very close. That's I'm thinking Night of the Living Dead, because it's kind of, I don't know. It's not a zombie movie in like the way we would
sense.
consider it now.
Yeah. I gotta say, like, sort of bouncing off of that, feet, ass, feet, legs, titties, vagina, everywhere.
The first thing we see
My
in this
favorite
movie.
shot is that one shot, that ass through the window shot of Jungle Julia. Follow up just over the crack of her arse down into, hold on, I gotta take the biggest piss. You know, it's just so good, and it's just feet. It is
Gross.
Tarantino's wet dream. This entire opening thing, because it's just what's her name? Butterfly's feet.
Yeah.
Up on the dashboard, and the credits are rolling over it. Like, this is Tarantino. I guarantee you, when Sally, hi Sally, and Tarantino were editing this, that they were just like, let's turn it into your fetish for once.
For once.
Know? Well,
Okay.
no. Sometimes it's less overt, sometimes it's more overt. This was just like, come on, stick those cornrows up on those toes.
There's more than one foot shot in this movie, but yeah, literally the opening to this movie is just feet up on the dashboard.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know, I love this whole intro. Now this to me has like probably my favorite Tarantino soundtrack.
Yes.
I think so. This at least it's the one I kind of go back to the most. Like every once in a while I'll like revisit Pulp Fiction and shit like that, but this is the one where like if I'm having a party, I'll just throw
This
on the
playlist
Death Proof
come on?
soundtrack.
Yeah. Because, like, I mean, the only other song that I, like, normally if I think of Tarantino, it's Girl, bow, 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 you'll be a woman tonight. Dun, 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 dun,
Yeah.
dun, dun. Like, that's the song that always comes into my head. But I forgot how fucking good this soundtrack is. You know, it's just spruced with you know, it is themes obviously from things like Vanishing Point and things like that, but it does throw in those good greats in
road
there,
movie,
you know, and it feels fucking good.
It's this or the Kill Bill soundtrack I actually listen to a lot. Like anytime I used to like go on my lunch for work, I would throw on the Green Hornet the Green Hornet theme,
Yeah.
and just did it and just like walk the fuck out of work and go for lunch. But no, this to me is I'm always torn between this and Inglourious Bastards for my favorite Tarantino movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Considering this is like
It's pretty late.
he did, well, not that he hated it, he just didn't like this movie as much.
I think it's because it didn't do well, but that's also because Grindhouse is like
It's niche.
It's very niche, and like it kind of didn't get wide released properly. Like I actually remember hearing about this from my older brother Dean, who was like my kind of like cool older brother. Like, I mean, still is, but like at the time he was like kind of my access to like Daft Punk and like metal and all that kind of stuff and stuff like this. I remember him kind of telling me about Grindhouse, and even just hearing that, I was like, "What the fuck is that?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
what is that?" You know? And like he had seen it, and I remember him having Planet Terror and Death Proof separately on DVD.
Yeah.
But just kind of like, even Planet Terror, the cover for that with Rose McGowan on the front with
And the gun leg.
Yeah. Just like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, yeah.
You know, and again, it's like I know her from. I'm like, oh my god, that's Tatum from Scream, and
Yeah.
fucking You're One from Charmed or whatever. So I was just super into like, I have to watch this. But I feel like this is another one I might not have appreciated as a kid, because it's kind of, it's what I love Tarantino for now, but it's very, very dialogue heavy.
Yes.
There's kind of only 2 action scenes in it, and the rest is all just kind of human interaction, which again, like I really like get off on from Tarantino. I really love good conversation in movies.
I gotta say that is true. I gotta say, like, this, the writing, the dialogue that these people have, even though it's the most mundane shit, them talking about a funny story from, you know, the back arse of Botswana filming some random movie together, and them about Zoe falling in a hole. Like, I couldn't, it couldn't be, you know, to a passerby, that would probably be the most boring conversation because there's nothing to do with them. But like, as a viewer, you're totally wrapped up in what they're saying, even though it's the most mundane shit. And I gotta say, it is a testament to really good writing skills and fantastic acting skills.
Everybody seems very natural.
Yeah.
I also want to correct myself. I think I might throw Kill Bill in there as maybe a contender for my favorite Tarantino movie. I think scrap Inglourious Bastards, put this up against Kill Bill. Just because, like, I don't know, Tarantino is kind of a James Cameron in my way, where he's, or in a way to me, because like I think he's very okay with like letting chicks be just like fucking badass, but not in like a girl power, girls get it done kind of way. It's just like these chicks fuck people up because they deserved it, you know. And I mean, Inglourious Bastards also has that kind of too. I mean, the entire Nazi party is taken out by a woman. But yeah, just this movie, it's just like chicks being fucking badass and chicks being cool, but also everybody just seems very like natural. Like, you kind of get the sense that this cast hung out a lot, or like they all kind of,
the chemistry is strong.
exactly, like you get the idea that they had the kind of relationship that's portrayed on screen at the end, because they're all like movie crew and they're all talking about like set romances and like dynamics and all that kind of stuff. It also just has some of my favorite actresses in it though. Like, I fucking love Rose McGowan, like down. Rosario Dawson, I love her. I think
her.
she's probably my favorite in this movie.
Yeah.
Sidney Poitier as Jungle Julia, but like, damn, they refer to her as the 6-foot baby giraffe in the back. It's so true.
Oh my god,
This
I gotta
chick,
say,
this
she
tall glass of
is.
water.
When I say I get a lady boner,
No, you can just get a regular boner.
just
Get a whitey.
full on. I mean, like, the legs, I think it's the hair, and the one thing I actually love that
They
she
go all
says,
the way up to the back of her neck.
the whole a whole lot of black men, a whole lot of motherfucking white men. Like, really enjoy this.
I don't know why their teeth mark
their
on my
teeth
butt
marks.
for no reason.
Yeah. I was just like, you'll save lives with your thick thighs and black hair. I love it.
She got a black ass.
Girl's ass. Oh my god! Like, if I had to have a human chair of the week,
Go
it goes
ahead.
to
You never do.
I
one.
never do one because it kind of sounds slightly misogynistic, I suppose.
Because you like women, it's okay if I can talk filthily about men and women because I like men. Go ahead. Give yourself
I gotta say, like, it's just her and Butterfly, the actress who plays Butterfly. Oh my god.
New York, you know.
Just like, there's something about an Italian from New York that just, like, I think it's also her kind of Farrah Fawcett hair that she got going on. That type of look to me, and those like heavy set eyebrows are just like, just kind of. Don't get. What does she say?
It's her
She
attitude.
goes,
Yeah, you got two jobs: kiss good and make sure my hair don't get wet.
Okay,
and then raises the eyebrows. And then walks out.
It's that thing, and I just command me, mistress, do tell me what to do, and I'll do it.
One thing I will
she's
say
got
is,
power. I tell you, man.
I find off-putting is when she does the lap dance for Kurt Russell. She does it in
Flip-flops.
The fucking flip-flop off and walk on the balls of your feet.
I mean, Tarantino, you had one job. You literally had you had a whole Salma Hayek moment that you could have done with Kurt Russell, her literally sticking her foot in between his thighs.
Yeah.
But you did it in
In a
flip-flop.
Ew! I mean, even Jungle Julia is walking around in the bar at some point with no shoes on. It's like, ugh, the floor has to be so sticky, I will say that bar scene, a couple of things on the wall really jumped out to me.
Oh yeah, there's loads of like Easter eggs in that place.
But Kurt Russell's Jack Burton Big Trouble Little China white beater is on the wall behind them.
Yeah.
That stuck out to me.
So I gotta say, I know that this film was actually the second to the last film that Sally Enke had edited with Tarantino. Because I think the next one was Inglourious was his next film after that, and that was the last film that she had actually edited with him.
That's a huge gap.
Yeah, it's a huge
I think that's
time.
2010 or 11 or something like that.
And it was the end of his world, because like they would shut themselves away for weeks on end, editing process, making sure the gates are locked in and having shots precise with everything. Story is strong. And I gotta say, like, even though the thing, I love that, like, knowing that even though she is gone, he still does that after every shot. At the start of every shot, he just goes into the camera. Hey, Sally.
Yeah.
And I gotta say that because like her name popped up, and I was wondering if this was prior to her death or after her death, whether she had edited this film. And I just saw her name and I was like, oh.
Well, I feel like there's a huge part of Tarantino's appeal is the editing of his movies.
Yeah.
Especially this one, because
Billboard.
Yeah.
Woo!
We're gonna do that a couple of times throughout the episode. It's crazy watching this. Or no, sorry, I keep doing that. I keep interrupting myself as well. I feel like this movie in particular, the editing, I live, because there's so many like this. Even though it is set in modern times, like there's like plenty of like straight up tells. Scary Movie 4 is on the sign he drives through, and they all have cell phones. they all have cell phones with buttons on them. You know,
Oh,
like
yeah.
it's such a throwback. I think this is 2007.
Yes.
Maybe, yeah. But yeah, just like the way this movie cuts and stuff, even like the opening where it's Kurt Russell in Death Proof, you know, it cuts through, or
Thunderbolt cut, smash cut, Death Proof over
or even
it.
at the end of the Down in Mexico lap dance, it kind of
Yeah.
cuts and just goes straight into the thing. I remember the first couple of times I watched this, I was kind of like, am I missing a frame or two,
Yeah.
like in this, you know? But
It's definitely that whole kind of scratch and go look of the film. They really wanted to bring that to the forefront because these movies at Grindhouse, they were made at a very low budget, shall we say. So they were very much
like made to look like that on purpose.
yeah, like they just, like you said earlier, they feel dirty, and like that sweat that is on the character, you can feel that sweat. It
is the thing that I feel like I feel like in universe for us, this is like this is a movie that was like left entirely on the cutting room floor, and somebody like found it in a wardrobe, and like somebody's playing it on like a 44mm like old school projector, like in their house or whatever, you know. Like this doesn't feel like it belongs on DVD or something.
Did you or did you not come for me?
But you know what I mean? Like this feels like, and again, it's obviously done very, very intentionally. Sometimes I feel like it goes a little overboard, where I'm like, you're doing a little. There's a little too many scratches on the film. There's one too many hairs in the gate.
They become slightly distracting at times. Yeah.
No, I do. Okay, so this movie, I feel splits perfectly
there's a
down
part
the
A
middle.
and a part B.
So, which do you prefer? Do you prefer part A or part B?
Okay, so for a horror movie standpoint, A.
Yeah.
Part A, right up until the most goriest death car scene I've ever seen, which I fucking love. And part B is much more a thriller.
Yes.
Purely just for the purposes of beyond Kurt Russell's death at the end, there isn't much to kind of. He's just a maniac on four wheels.
Well, he's like two different characters, I feel. He is playing two completely different people. Like in part A, which is Jungle Juliet and crew, he's a wolf, but he's like clean shaven and like isn't kind of gross in a way, and he also comes off as like really cool and like, he's Stuntman Mike, you know. I love that when Rose McGowan was asking him,
Stuntman Bob.
Yeah, for real. Which I believe is Brad Pitt's character.
Yes, this is something I wanted to ask you about. How does that work?
I'm pretty sure we see Stuntman Bob in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, but I'm not sure how those timelines link up. Don't quote me on it.
Because it's the same. Kurt Russell plays another stuntman in.
You know what? It'll be an Instagram post.
Yeah.
Like when we go back to it,
we'll find it. It'll get there.
But like Rose McGowan's dialogue with him when she's first introduced to him, where she's like, "Hey Warren, who is this guy?" And he's like, "Stuntman Mike." And she's like, "Who is he?" He goes, "He's Stuntman." You know?
Also, can we just say the fact that the fact that Tarantino is underhand drinking in almost every single scene he's in this movie. He's drinking with the girls.
He's drinking chartreuse.
It's so good they named a color after it. He's
Warren,
drinking with
6
the
shots
girls.
of wild turkey.
Wild Turkey. He's that scene where the mirror is reflecting Rosa McGowan and Kurt Russell's dialogue with each other. He's got the fridge open and he's taking shots from a bottle. Just drinking, you know. And then he's with the girls when Kurt Russell is explaining his experience as a stuntman. He's drinking with the girls there as well. And also the weed dealer. He straight up goes over. He's like, "Oh, there's the weed dealer. How's it going?"
Lena Frank. I actually love the whole interaction. It's like, I don't know. It just I love her and her little crew when they rock up though. She's in like a leather jacket and a leather skirt, and like she's like wet from the rain. It's nasty. And the other two women that show up with her are like cigarettes with shoes on, you know. But no, for some reason this like it just seems like a good night out, minus the drunk driving. Although I suppose like Lena Frank, it does drive them back to the lake house and she's drinking. But yeah, there's like part A just seems like a really good time until it's not. You know, the idea of like going out for margaritas, you're with your girls, you're feeling loosey goosey. Okay, so the whole kind of plot for this gets kicked off where Jungle Julia, she's the coolest girl in town. She like announces on the radio that Butterfly, her friend from out of town, will do a lap dance for somebody if they buy her a drink.
So you're in a club or a bar and Marcy's a kind of cute, kind of sexy, kind of hot, or better be hysterically funny fucking guy,
but not
funny looking guy who you could fuck.
Which is Kurt Russell to me.
I can attest to that.
Yeah.
I can be a fully secure straight man and be like, I tap that. He is a fucking straight up hunk
Adonis
in a silver jacket. Yeah, I gotta say, you know?
Hell yeah.
Even though that silver jacket is
and he's got nice jewelry on. We're about to get an ad
know?
on our fireplace.
We're going to get an ad on our fireplace.
Okay, I guess I just turn it off instead.
So like this whole I really do appreciate like the dialogue because like
it's cute, but I'd kill my friends if they did this
look
to
who
me.
suddenly wanted to get to the fucking point all of a sudden.
Yeah.
And just so you know, a whole lot of motherfucking white men have worshipped this ass.
Barry.
You know.
Barry.
I'll take a margarita. And this just whole, because it's there really just for the purposes of building your emotional depth with these characters.
Yeah.
It's there to pull you in and give you a sense of like love and affection and care for the witty humor that they have with each other, you know, feeling safe with each other. They want to like just go and have a good time and get drunk and get high at the weekend at Lake LBJ, you know, and make sure there's no boys to get their fuck on.
Girlfriends at my lake house, not a bunch of horny boys trying to get their fuck on with my daughter. Oh, I love that though. Like their whole dialogue in the car is my favorite.
I call him Ben. I'm not a child. That's his name.
Yeah. I love it though, and she's just like in the back with her legs out the window. So dangerous, by the way. Just smoking.
It's just hot.
I love that. Just that feeling of like when you have friends who have a car.
She may be a 7-foot tall giraffe, and I would climb that.
No, this movie has given me a weird superstition. Lena, if you're listening, which I know you do, you'll know this. I don't listen to Dave D, Dozy, Beaky, Mitch, and Titch in the car.
Really?
Yeah, it's so stupid.
I can see why.
But I'm like movie irony. I'm like it would happen to me listening to this movie. You know, I also don't get up and move around the house at 3:15 in the morning from Amityville.
Oh yeah.
So stupid, but like just like I don't know. That's
I have
how
that
my
from
ADHD
The Exorcism
works.
of Emily Rose.
3:15.
Yeah. I have the whole like I can't be awake at that time because
I think that's Poltergeist too.
You know, yeah. It's a weird.
It's the witching hour.
It's a
now,
weird
3
thing.
a.m.
Yeah, it's the opposite to the normal kind of contrived kind of thing. You know.
Oh, of course, the normal contrived kind of thing.
Well, what you call it? Because Christ died at 3 p.m. Well, traditionally.
See, I wasn't there. See, I was born in 96.
I saw the whole damn thing. Oh, billboard!
Woo! We got 2 more poor Gueros.
Oh, right. So, like, look, Kurt Russell can be very intimidating in some scenes, and I gotta say, like, he does that whole thing, look, I ain't stalking y'all, but I never said I wasn't a wolf.
I got lucky.
And, like, I got lucky, and everything. I was like, no, you didn't get lucky. You were fucking passing by, and you started stalking those cunts. You have photos of them in your car.
They're the girlfriends.
Also, can I just appreciate that one shot that's a call to John Carpenter's with the white
the reflection in the eye
in the mirrors.
Yeah,
I love that. I love those very subtle callbacks and not giving me an axe swinging camera movement.
No,
you know,
this movie again. I think the reason I love Tarantino, my life is like super referential. I feel like I wear a lot of t-shirts. Referential. If I'm going for like a certain look, it's usually a reference to something.
Mm-hmm.
This movie in particular, they're like calling out their references.
Oh yeah,
I love it so much. Later on, when we get to the B group of girls, Zoe Bell as herself, I love
Zoe the fucking cat.
We get Zoe, Abernathy, Lee, and Kim. But when we're introduced to them, when they pick Zoe up, it is a direct reference to the bird with the crystal plumage.
Oh yeah, the song,
which again is also directly referenced in Suspiria. So yeah, I love shit like that. But it's literally the exact same shot of like a photographer taking pictures of somebody
photos.
walking down the street, same song and everything.
Yeah.
But again, it just, I don't know. There's something about like just a fucking cool chick movie.
Yeah.
You know?
That's something I actually did write as a note in particular, was the fact that it's not one of those, it is definitely like a girl power movie, but it's not overtly like pushing feminist manifesto
They're not the Spice
a la
Girls.
cunt
Yeah.
in your face. You know what I mean?
Oh my god.
You know the feminist manifesto cunt?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not
vagina
it's not saying
monologues,
like
yeah.
the vagina monologues. It's not I'm woman, hear me roar. It's more like, you fucked with me, now I'm gonna fuck you up.
You
for
wanna go
it.
get him?
Exactly. It's like, hell yeah. I was just like,
Abernathy in the back going, fuck that shit.
yeah, let's kill this motherfucker.
But also
that's
in the
what
same
I want,
vein, being
you
like,
know?
being like, give me your belt. And she's like, no, this is my cute shit.
Yeah, this is
You know?
Prada.
Prada.
But yeah, it's not one of those like a la, what's that film? It's not Sorority Row. It was,
I love Sorority Row.
But
We
there
haven't talked about that
was
at
a
one point.
certain film that didn't do well. Black Christmas,
Oh, the
that
new Black
latest
Christmas.
one, where it was
Yeah.
purely just like
The evil
men
is
bad,
toxic masculinity.
women amazing,
It was.
toxic
It was
masculinity,
and it was as
you
black
know?
and white as that, where it's
Yeah.
just like men, bad, girl,
Yeah.
good.
But this just felt like, you're a bad fucking man. Not just because you're a man, but you're just a bad fucking person,
Who
and we're
wants
gonna
women?
fuck you up.
Yeah.
That's what I like
And
about
like he
it.
targets women,
You know?
like it's very,
Yeah.
it's very specific in that way. Again with Rose McGowan, it's so fucked up when you're watching it, because you're like, he's doing this because he does drink,
Yes.
but he's doing that as like a total guise. Because then even when we get, this is where we get like our direct crossover with Planet Terror.
Also, the twins are in that bar. The twins from Planet Terror.
Yeah.
Dakota! You're gonna get your fucking kid in here. I
We get
love
the twins,
them.
and then we get the sheriff, Harvey Keitel.
Earl
and
McGraw.
son. That son is also super fucking hot, though. Because he's got a white t-shirt on.
Too late.
He's like a
You
deputy.
used.
I did use it, but I can still say he's got the little aviators on with this, like the cowboy hat.
Yeah.
But the sister...
Dr. Block.
Oh, fuck. What's her fucking name? She's in Scream 4. And she's also in Jawbreaker. What's her fucking name? Deputy Judy Hicks.
Oh, yeah.
What's her fucking name?
In the film?
Yeah.
Dr. Block.
No, I mean like in real life. Hold on.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Judy Hicks. But this is where we get like our direct crossover, because this is happening before Planet Terror.
Yes,
You know,
this is
because like
all
it all
happening
hasn't
prior
gone
to it.
down. But it's weird when you think about the idea that like Kim and Abernathy are around for when Planet Terror
Yeah.
happens, but they're just somewhere off in the background or whatever. But like when they get into the hospital, it's like, okay, he got a little bit banged up or whatever, you know. But
Broke
also
his
I noticed
collarbone, smashed
broken
his fingers.
Yeah. But I noticed last night watching it, for some reason Rose McGowan isn't in the car with him. So what do they think happened to Rose McGowan?
Oh, yeah, because... Yeah.
Like, I thought it would have made sense, his alibi being that she was also in the car while that crash happened, and that's how she got super fucked up, but there's nobody else in the car with him. But
What
again,
did he
he's
do with the
he's
body?
doing all this to set up a big alibi where he's not drinking. Warren knows him, you know, because Warren knows kind of Vanishing Point and like all the references and stuff. And then it's so fucked up. I feel so bad for Rose McGowan when he's just like, you going left or right? And she's like, right. And he's like, okay. It would have been a while before you started getting scared. And she's just like,
Yeah.
ah. But to me, this is like such a nightmare. Like, I refuse to get in a car with anybody who is a bad driver. I don't like the idea of people fucking around in cars. I'm not about to get in your car if I think that you're about to do some fucked up shit. Jenny Brophy. I'm not even joking, Jenny. I don't care if this gets your license taken off you because you're a piece of shit. We were in her car one time and she was just doing all those kinds of swervies and shit like this. And it was like, let me out of your fucking car. Like, I'm not
Yeah.
even joking. Let me out of the car. And then one other time, she just turned her car off in the middle of the road, like on the back roads, and like the lights and all that shit were off. And I was like, I'm going to get out of your car because we're sitting here in the black. Somebody could fucking kill us.
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't fuck with that shit. But
You
just
don't even want to know what she did to that car. Enjoy it, cocksucker. You earned it.
Oh, speaking of that though, she also fully got in a car crash on purpose with all of us in the car. Fuck you, Jenny.
That particular case, she might have kicked my ass a few times. Sorry, I'm built like a girl,
Not a black man.
But I'd die before I ever gave
Julia
Julia Lokai my chocolate milk.
Yeah. And Rose
love
McGowan in this like platinum blonde Farrah
Which
Fawcett
is such a
blowout.
huge juxtaposition
Cherry.
to Cherry Darling?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, that's so crazy, like, how...
Who the dirty
opposite
hippie?
end of the spectrum. Who the dirty hippie?
Yeah.
That skinny blonde bitch.
But even their interactions afterwards, it seems like where they all get out of the bar when
Oh, they're all
everybody's
good
parting
mates
ways.
then.
It kind of gives the, like, okay, we're grown-ups even though I hated you in school kind of way,
Yeah.
where it's just like,
I'm not gonna fuck him.
Oh, no doubt, you know?
Have a nice ride.
I love it so much. And then even when she's, like, leaning over the top of his car and he's like,
That's fucking
it's my
scary.
mom's car.
Yeah.
You know? And she's just, like, doing the whole, like, tracing the skull and everything. And then it's like...
she's so innocent and just...
And then he just breaks her fucking head open. You know? It's...
Oh, the one thing I will say is when she gets into the car and the way he slams the door, that reverberating, like, metal clanking sound of, like... And she does this thing where she, like, cringes inwardly towards the inside of the car and just like, oh, that must have been even louder by her ear than it was with me listening to it.
Because she gets in, it's just this big metal box.
Yeah.
It's a tractor seat as well. Like, it's not even a regular seat.
I love
and just
it.
like, I don't know, just like, this is where it all starts to, like, really kick off, you know? Like, it's where we got to see that he, like, if you didn't know what was going to happen in this movie, you obviously would think that he was just like a dude or whatever.
Yeah.
You wouldn't know where this is going to go. And then, I don't know, even the score and everything, where she's just like, what? And it, like, rips up, you know. When he slams that door, it almost sounds like the lowest note on an organ or something like that. It's just like, goo, you know. But yeah, it just speeds the fuck off, and she's just like, I know it's a joke. I know it's really funny, and I get it, you know. But it's like, what are you supposed to do?
Yeah.
She can't even, like, she can't get out. She can't reach across to him to fuck him up or anything like that. And then he's like, you know, when I was saying this car is death proof, I wasn't lying. But you kind of have to be on this side, or
to get the benefit of it.
And just slams the brake, and her face just smashes off the fucking dashboard.
Like, there isn't anything from the top of the nose down left.
Yeah, like, she's just a hole in her face. It's fucking crazy.
You feel so bad for her. You really do. And, like, the thing is, like, this is like, I love the juxtaposition because, like, she comes across as a character which not to hark on about our serial killer kind of talk and things like that, but she does come across as this Ozzy and Harriet kind of thing where, like, yeah, it's totally fine, I'm getting into the car with a total stranger and like, everything will be okay. Yeah,
so she trusted him.
So, like,
and
it's
she got
just
stood up.
Yes,
you know, she was supposed to be there on a date and everything. Oh, it's so sad.
It just feels so bad for her. It's just poor Pam. Just poor Pam.
I even love her when Butterfly is doing her dance, whatever. You can see her, like, really getting into it. And
She's like bouncing it off the hip and all. Oh, you saw me, I saw your legs. Look, I'm not stalking y'all, but I didn't say I wasn't a wolf.
You know, I have a book. Like, when people say, you're okay in my book.
That's in my book, that's no good.
But I actually have a book. And I'm afraid I'm going to find you under chicken shit. But then to me, I'm like, oh my god, does that imply that he was, like, in the restaurant with them? Was he in Guero's, like, listening?
Oh,
to
he was
outside
as well.
I know, but he's, like, using her exact wording. So I'm like, was he there? Because she saw him. That's the first time she sees him.
Yeah,
is when she's, like, having a smoke outside or whatever. This movie also made me want to have a cigarette so bad. Everybody's smoking cigarettes in this movie, and I'm sitting here with my poor little elf bar. But so this is kind
it's
of
better
like
for your lungs, baby.
So, girl, this Dave D Dozy Beaky Meat and Titch.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
It first of all, hold tight, great fucking song. Again, another one I always throw on at a party. But, like, God, just like the way this, like, car crash is filmed is so fucking, like, raw, and
I
like,
love it.
We get to see everybody get fucked up individually.
Yeah,
you know?
The full way kind of shot thing
is like fucking around with the radio, and she goes straight out the front window and flies in the air. Lena just gets covered in glass. She gets
I think it's sort of like a bash forward, bash back kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, like, she probably, her neck and her spine probably would have shattered.
Now, Julia gets bifurcated at the hip.
Oh my god, that shot. She goes, like, She is a V that's separated.
Yeah,
do you know what I'm saying?
Her leg, like a Barbie hip.
Oh, I
like
love
where
it.
it just gets taken out
and
and
then
it just like shoots like a
smacks
rocket
off the floor,
and
off the ground.
Butterfly just gets her face grinded off.
Oh,
it's
by the
crazy.
wheel, the tire wheel. Oh,
Now I do want to actually
love it.
find out the name of the stuntman who did this, because he's kind of a legendary figure.
Well, I know that obviously, like the whole. Like Dave D, Dozy, Beaky, Mitch, and Titch, is obviously Pete Townsend would have, if he would have quit the Who, would have joined this band, making it Dave D, Dozy, Beaky, Mitch, and Titch, and Pete. And for some reason, for the longest time, I thought it was Dave D, Dozy, Beaky, Mitch, and Titch, and then some guy from the Who, which was Mike. So Dave D, Dozy, Beaky, Mitch, and Titch, and Mike. Which was strange, but I don't know. That's something I always thought of. But I fucking loved this jam from the moment I first heard it, and I was like, da 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 da. It was fucking everything for me.
Gotta stay close. So Norman Howell, Gary Guercio, Jeff Groff, Steve M. Davison, and Jeff Dashnaw are the stunt coordinators. Just because I feel like that's really important. And Zoe Bell. Just want to say, Zoe Bell. Like,
As herself.
Oh my god, this chick is like the baddest fucking chick ever, dude. And like, she just did that.
Yeah.
Like, she got on the fucking hood of that car, and you can like feel the speed off of it and everything.
Yeah.
And it's like, she's maybe 2 foot away from her face being on the road.
Yeah.
Or from being under that car, and she's held on at one point by nothing.
Yeah.
And she starts off with the belt, and then she's just, there's that one shot where she's on the front like this, leaning down.
And it's a behind shot, and all you can see, you can't see the front of the bonnet, you just see the road over beneath her.
You can just see the force of the wind against
Yeah.
her face. And it's like, if she fell even slightly forward,
dead.
she'd be dead in a second.
Yeah.
You know?
Right under that car. Yeah.
So I think B is my favorite part B.
Yeah.
Just because it's like, I don't know.
It is a tonal shift too.
It is. I like their dynamic better for some reason. Even though I love Jungle Julia and Shana Banana. It's Shana Banana, not Shana Banana. And Butterfly. Like, I love their whole interaction. And Eli Roth. We got like baby Eli Roth in this. It's so funny.
He was just trying to fuck them all. That was his whole story arc, and he never got there.
As long as a guy's buying it, a bitch will drink anything. You know. But yeah, once we get to part B, I like the dialogue more. I like their interactions more. I mean, I don't know how many times a fucking day you say to me, whatever with your however.
Oh my god!
You know?
I when I seen that, I was like, this is it. I couldn't remember where I got that reference from.
I thought you were just referencing that.
Oh no, 100%. Like, I knew I was referencing something, and I knew it was someone doing this. Whatever with you, however. And then I was just like, oh my god, she did the thing. This is where it's from.
Yeah, I always think of that when you say that to me, though. Because I mean, I say like whatever like all the fucking time.
I'll crack you back. You'll crack it anyway.
I'll be your back-cracking slave. You just gonna say, bitch, get over here and get busy.
I love it. I love the way she even did the lip test. She's like, bitch, get over here and get busy.
But when we get into this, Abernathy played by Rosario Dawson, one of my favorite actresses. I also just think she's so cunt in this movie. She's got the little triangle bangs, you know. She's
got cowboy boots,
a skirt that looks like pants. We got Zoe Bell playing herself. We have fucking
Kim is my spirit animal.
I'm trying to find out that actress. I was also trying to figure out what
she's
I know
everything
her
to
from
me
as well.
I also want to say, like, the whole chase scene at her, like, where she's going, moo, motherfucker, moo,
played by Tracy Toms.
She's ad-libbing that whole thing. That's all improvised.
Yeah, lunatic redneck bastard.
I love it. Oh, she's everything.
But even her, yeah, I feel like she's kind of the standout from this. Where
she's channeling Samuel L. Jackson. I gotta be fair.
Like, kind of a bit of Foxy Brown, a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
But when they're in the diner and they're like having their little thing again, it's like
you never call a Kiwi an Aussie.
What do you mean by that, mate? You know, fucking classic. But no, Kim is kind of the standout to me in this, where it's like, you still carry a piece or whatever, and she like looks in and she's like, check it out, bitch. You know?
Yeah, I love it.
And she's like, oh, look, if I go down to the laundry room and try and do my thing at midnight, I might get my ass raped. And then she's like, it's Mary Elizabeth Winstead that plays Lee, who's just dressed as a cheerleader this whole time. I live for it. And where she's like, just do your laundry at some other time. And she's like, I want to do my laundry whenever the fuck I want to do my laundry. And I was like, see, that part, that's the whole fucking point. I should be able to do whatever the fuck I want to without being worried about getting attacked.
Yeah.
And then Abernathy's like, do I approve? No. Maybe get some fucking, get some pepper spray. And he's like, I don't want to give a motherfucker a skin rash, you know? And she's like, we'll get a knife at least. And she's like, you know what happens to motherfuckers who have knives?
They get shot.
Yeah.
I love it.
True. I love that, like, a little bit later, he's not expecting her to pull out a fucking pistol and just shoot his ass, you know?
Yeah. It's everything, I gotta say. But I love this sort of opening because it sets up like the rest sort of part B, shall we say?
Yeah.
I love the black and white. First of all, anytime Quentin Tarantino does in black and white, he does it beautifully.
Yeah.
So he obviously he's got a fucking foot fetish. Of course he does.
And look, Rosario Dawson
full
got
on licks his fingers and just braises the ball of her foot. And I'm just like.
Gets away with it the first time, too.
Yeah, he's like, where are my keys? Oh my god, there they are.
Yeah, see, part B, Kurt Russell, is less sexy.
Yeah, he's a bit dopey.
Like, he's gruff, and yeah, he acts kind of like, I don't know, like a dope or something like that. It's 14 months later. I actually thought it was like much closer. I only looked that up.
He's only like out of the hospital or some shit.
Yeah, like he's all nasty and stuff, and he's drinking, and he's nasty, and he's like not clean shaven, and like I don't know, something about the silver stuntman jacket like also kind of adds to it. I mean, it's still Kurt Russell. It's still absolutely put every piece of him in my mouth.
Yeah.
But yeah, part B, Kurt Russell is a little bit less like appealing or whatever. Also, because we know that like he's kind of a loser in a way. Like he kind of gives me Patrick Bateman in a weird way, where it's like, you know, this guy thinks he's so cool. You know, this guy isn't getting bitches though.
Oh no! Oh no!
Stuntman Mike from part A
getting bitches.
Yeah.
I gotta make a connection here. So the thing between Rosario Dawson's character and Jungle Julia's character is they're both dating the same guy. So Jungle Julia is the one that's being blown off.
No, they're dating different people.
No, she's blowing off for
Simonson.
Rosario Dawson's.
No, they're going through the same situation, but it's different people.
Oh.
Christian Simonson is the one that Jungle Julia is.
And we never meet him.
No, we never meet him, but like he's supposed to show up at the bar, and she's texting him on her phone or whatever, and she's dating.
On her Blockia.
She's dating Cecil, the director of the movie.
Oh, that's right, Cecil.
But they're going through the same thing though. Like there is absolutely like
maybe a tape.
Really clear. That's so romantic. But there's like very clear parallels. I mean, like
he fucked her
on my birthday. But like Mary Elizabeth Winstead.
But maybe he didn't know. He ate a piece of my birthday cake
and got me a present. But Mary Elizabeth Winstead is singing the same song that is playing when they show up to the. Really?
Oh God! Like your one is dying of a hangover in the back seat. Why the fuck are you giving her a concert?
Sorry, I didn't mean to give you a concert. Yeah.
Come on.
But I love it though. She's like pick up more sugar, or it's like, oh, you're awake, and she's like, no, I'm not awake. But while you're in there, pick up some more vodka and some sugar-free Red Bull. And they got regular Red Bull or sugar-free Geo juice. Geo. Yeah. Oh my God, Mary Elizabeth Winstead gets a Big Red. Have you ever had a Big Red?
No, what's that?
It's cinnamon flavored, but it's like spicy. You never had like Big Red gum?
No.
Cinnamon flavored gum. It's really, really good. But they have like a drink version of it. It's really, really good. But yeah, she's like, and the car is kind of a direct reference to Kill Bill.
Oh yeah, of course. The yellow
again,
with the
in itself is a direct reference to Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
But yeah, she goes in, and there's the weird interaction Abernathy has with this guy.
Is it French Vogue? No, Italian Vogue. Yeah.
About the Vogue, where she's like, I think I'm in this month's allure. And which is also probably true of the time, because Mary Elizabeth Winstead, to me, is a very 2000s
She's
actress.
a very modelable model.
And she, like, probably was in allure that month, like, at the time or whatever. She goes up to pay for it, and he's like, okay, that's whatever. And then he's like, you know, I have other fashion magazines in the back.
What are you, some kind of fag?
But for real though, she's like, what the fuck? And is gonna charge them 27 quid for it.
Yeah, but it's a big fucking thick magazine of Vogue.
Yeah.
You get one here for like 14 quid here.
No, Vogue costs €6 here. As a person who buys Vogue every once in a while, Vogue is like €6 here. Further, like,
but it's Italian Vogue, and it's in the middle of nowhere, and it's his own personal copy.
Where is it? Lebanon, Tennessee. his own personal copy, and they're going to
Yeah.
split it 3 ways, you know? And then, I love that Mary Elizabeth Winstead, I'm just going to call her that. I could just call her Lee, which is her name in the movie. But she's like, look, if people are going to rip out pages, I don't want no fucking Kinkos. I want you to bring it to the art department and do it right. I want color printing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I'd be the same. I'd be like, I'm not ripping pages out or this or that. You are getting me full fucking copies if I'm paying for it.
Who goes splits on a magazine, though? What the fuck else are you supposed to do
It's
with it?
$27.
You're an actress! You buy the fucking Vogue and give us copies, you freak. What are we going to do with the actual Vogue after then?
Oh, billboard.
Woo! Who gets the perfume samples? You know, who gets the scented pages? You know, you can have the glossary at the back of Vogue. Thanks, bro.
That's true. That's true. So they basically, like, Zoe's kind of whole deal is she wants to do ship's mast. Masthead, ship's mast,
Same thing.
ships, something. Ship's mast?
Yeah.
Did I say it right? Yeah. Ship's mast. That's so
She wants
hard
to
to
sit
say.
on the front ship's mast? Mast ship. The front of a boat. She wants to strap herself to the front of the car, but it's a very specific car.
Yes.
She wants a 1970s Dodge Challenger, and it has to be
44
white.
engine.
You think that if it came here, it would be a vanishing point Dodge Challenger? You don't think I would have added a however?
I love this. This whole thing is... Because, like, Kim scolding Zoe is fucking brilliant. Like, the dialogue, again, and the writing... It's where, like, I get my whatever, you know, however moment.
Yeah.
It's like, it's everything to me. And I love it because, like, it's such a... Like, obviously, like, what she's suggesting to do is hugely extreme, and obviously they're stunts, so they know how to deal with it.
Car, basically.
Basically, but like, and they're conning him and all of that. But I'm also looking at going like, this is a really innocent conversation that they're having. She just wants to do something fun, and your one is like,
adorable.
I'm your mother and I'm scolding you. You know.
But again, like this world seems so lived in. These people really do feel like friends because they're talking about like past shoots and like. She's like, look, if I was going to do this, I meant, or like when I made that deal, I meant in New Zealand and Australia, you know? And again, she's like, that actually kind of makes sense, you know? Because again, like these two girls are like our road girls. Like they know Vanishing Point, Dirty Mary, or Dirty Harry, Crazy Larry, or
Crazy
Dirty Mary,
Larry,
Crazy
yeah.
Larry. And like Vanishing Point and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So they even have that conversation where it's just like, oh, you wouldn't know Vanishing Point, like you were watching that Pretty in Pink shit or whatever, and it's like, you didn't watch Pretty in Pink?
And she goes, oh, I love Pretty in Pink.
And she's like, of course I watch Pretty in Pink.
I'm a girl,
but we're also gearheads, you know. So they're having their little like dialogue, and like they're both just kind of like, I don't know. I'm like super into people being nerds about stuff, you know. And they're just like, oh shit, it's this, And she's like, she subscribed to the local newspaper while she was in New Zealand, and like she found out that this car was here, and it's exactly the kind of car that they're looking for. But they go out, and now this actor, I know him from Adam Sandler movies, but he's also in Kill Bill.
He's the guy who
fucks her
pays
while
to
she's
rape.
asleep.
Yeah. You'll crack my back. You'll give me a foot massage, and after I shower, you'll put moisturizer on my butt.
I mean, I would, you know.
Faster, you black bitch! Faster!
I'm sorry, I called you black bitch.
It's okay, just hold on.
But it's so cute though. Like their little dynamic is like hilarious together, and like I don't know. It's like when they first show up, or no, they're trying to like get her. They're trying to get Abernathy out of doing it because you're a mum.
Yeah,
you know.
Fuck that.
But I no, even their little like where she's trying to convince them to let their go with her. It's like she's talking to like her big sisters or something. Where she's like, "Let me come," you know. And she's just like, "Okay, look, if I can get this, if I can convince the guy to let us take it out with him there, you gotta let me go with you."
Okay.
And she's like, "What are you gonna do? Blow him?" And she's like, "No, I'm gonna insinuate that Lee will blow him." Which again is so fucked up. They leave this girl there with him, and when she wakes up from a nap in the chair, and she wakes up
standing
and he's standing
over
there,
her.
and he's like, she's about to get raped.
Oh,
like,
bro.
you needed to leave your gun there, bro.
I love it.
But then he's like,
I mean,
why
I
should I
don't
do it? And she's
love
like,
it,
I
you know
have
what I mean?
4 reasons. Once, we're not thieves. 2, we wouldn't do that.
That
Third
would be
of all-
rude.
Yeah, exactly. That would be rude. Third of all, we're like checked into the hotel for months, so we're totally look upable.
Yeah.
And what was the? Oh, and then the other one was the promise of having Lee. Oh, that's so creepy. But she's like, so we're filming a cheerleader movie, and he's
What's
like,
a
what's a
cheerleader
cheerleader movie?
movie?
It's a movie about cheerleaders. But they just leave Lee there.
But that's where the Allure magazine
Yeah,
comes
and
in
she
handy
shows him
from
that, like,
earlier on.
she's
yeah.
a famous actress, and
See, it's a
implies that
Chekhov's
she's
gun.
a Chekhov's Italian Vogue.
Yeah.
But she like insinuates that it's like a porn and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So this girl, this poor fucking girl.
But she's shy, so don't mention it.
And we never go back to Lee. We never find out that they like rescue her or anything because the car is wrecked at the end.
It's teetotaled. It's totaled.
But I want to say the last 23 minutes of this movie
Is a wild
are
ride.
some of
I
my
love it.
favorite pieces of film ever made of
It's
all time.
so intense.
Like sometimes I'll go back and just watch this part,
Yeah.
like just this last section.
Yeah.
So they're going out, they're doing ship's mast, and they're like, Zoe is belted to the front of the car or whatever, and they're just kind of going around. This is such a stupid idea, though, because like Kim can't see.
So like, the way I view it is, look, they are sounds stupid, but they are the trained professionals. They both know what they're doing, and like purely for the fun of it, they say like go faster. It's like, do you want more? Blah blah blah.
Go faster, you black bitch! That was so
It's-
stressed. That was not New Zealand at all.
Black Beach faster.
Sorry, I called you black bitch.
But it's definitely like a scene where you're just like, yeah, fuck that.
And Abernathy is having such a good time in the back now.
Yeah.
There's a zoom in on her where she's just like, like she's like it's so goofy looking, but she's so just like, oh, I'm hanging out with
Just
like
getting
the cool
into it,
girls,
yeah,
you know?
yeah.
You're
It's
a mum.
great, you know. But then obviously, I mean,
Kurt Russell comes up out of nowhere
Oh,
in
like
this
a
like diametric
demon.
opposite to her car because his
Yeah.
car is also like a super classic car.
Yeah.
But it's because this is black without the skull on the front.
oh yeah, it's gone.
It's
yeah.
gone. And they have like obviously the white Dodge Challenger, and he just comes up out of nowhere, and so he's like, "What the fuck?" And he just starts to bash them out of it. It's giving Duel. You ever see Duel?
Yes.
Steven Spielberg's first movie, or also kind of The Creeper in a way, where it's just
Oh
like
yeah, the truck moment at the beginning. Yeah.
because some of the scariest stuff in that movie is the truck intimidating the car, you know. But yeah, he's just trying to run them off the road and stuff. In the meantime, Zoe is just strapped to the front of this car the whole time.
Yeah.
You know. But just watching this, I'm like, fucking hell, man. Do they give stunts to Oscar? Do they give Oscars to stunt people?
I wish they fucking did.
Because like this shit, I'm like, she's really there. She's
Yeah.
really doing that.
She's on top of that.
You can see, like I was saying earlier, you can really see like the force of the wind against her face. It's like she's just there. She's not harnessed
dangling on
in
the front of it.
She's like even without this, the ship's mast is super impressive because she's just lying on the front of that car, you know. But yeah, there's a couple of shots in this where it's like, Zoe, dude. I hope she got paid the most out of anybody in this fucking movie.
Fucking better have.
You know?
Yeah.
But just this chase, it's just
It's
it's my
intense.
favorite.
It's powerful. It's strong. It's emotional. And like the one thing I keep doing is like I would totally do the same as what Abernathy is doing, is like trying to reach out to try and grab her and
Yeah.
hold on to her. Like
she's
even
lost
though
grab
like
of the
it's
belt at this point.
yeah, she's like she's like twisted
Sliding.
full around and
Yeah.
looking over the top bonnet, the top front of the bonnet.
Yeah, like
front
she's just
end.
holding onto the hardware
Yeah,
of the car.
like, it's
so intense.
Nuts, bro. But I gotta say, like this last 10 minutes, shall we say, of it?
The car chase starts at 23 minutes.
Oh no, but
Left.
like this last 10 minutes where it's
Oh, they're
them
chasing him.
him.
Yeah.
I gotta say,
I'm okay.
I'm okay. As soon as that happened, the entire mood of the scene changes.
It's now become kind of the rape revenge
Yes.
like kind of this is the faster pussycat kill part for me. Where if you want more of this like kind of thing, that's my biggest recommendation is Faster Pussycat Kill. It's just a badass fucking bitch movie, road movie, like chicks fucking shit up. But yeah, like Zoe grabs this pipe and just like shoves the dirt out of it, and she just hops onto the side and
Starts
is riding it like
kicking
a
it.
horse.
I
And they
love
just
it.
go after him, and
Yeah.
or no,
Fuck that.
when he pulls
Kill
up, he's
this
like, "Well,
motherfucker.
ladies, it's been fun or whatever," and he like throws his arm up in the air, and like quick shot, Kim just shoots the fuck out of him, shoots him in the arm, and he speeds off.
I love
And
it.
then he just becomes this like bumbling like
I'm
idiot.
sorry.
Be careful, my right arm is broken. And but like they catch up to him at one point. They kind of, or no, he like runs off, and he's sitting there, and he like pulls out a bottle of whiskey and takes a huge chug of it, and then pours it on his arm. But the whole time he's just like, ah! Ah! Like he's just crying. And then he goes to take another huge swig, and he just sees in the mirror them coming
They're
up behind him,
back, yeah.
and they just slam his head onto the dash, and he's just like, the car is spun out, and Zoe comes up with the pipe, and she's not hitting
beating
him with
the
it,
shit
she's
out of him.
stabbing him with
Yes.
it. She's just like hitting the fucking out.
Oh,
Where the
I
fuck do you
love
think
it.
you're going, huh? You know, and
I
she's
was
just fucking him
laughing.
up.
I remember watching these scenes when I was very young and just laughing my fucking brains out. I was just like, this is fucking great. They're gonna murder this cunt.
Yeah.
I was laughing my head off it most of the time. And especially when Kim is like straight up just like, moo, motherfucker, moo. And she's
Tapping
like,
it, tapping it, tapping that ass.
I'm a
Yeah.
nut up on this bitch. Like, she is
I'm the
ad-libbing.
horniest motherfucker on a road.
I just loved it because I was laughing so hard at watching those scenes, and like to know that she was completely ad-libbing that entire thing was fucking hilarious, bro.
It is. It's just. It's such a. It's a weirdly feel good scene.
Yeah,
It's just
it
like,
is.
These chicks are about to fuck this guy up,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Because like I want to know what his endpoint was. Like he wasn't even trying to kill them; he's just trying to fuck with them and just fuck them up. And it's kind of Abernathy's decision to be like, "Let's kill this motherfucker," you know. And I'm like, these women just decided to murder. You know, I'm like, holy fuck, you know.
Yeah.
But they go and they catch up with him again, and it's such a great chase. It's shot so beautifully. I'll throw some stuff up on the Instagram because I'm going to take the reins back.
Oh, you
officially.
are?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
There's
Show me, don't
there's
tell me.
a lot of really, really good behind the scenes for this movie, and just the way they shot this, even that like car flip. In part A with Jungle Juliet and stuff, that was done in one shot, and they asked the stuntman, "Can you make it do this?" And he did in the first shot, and it just kept going down the road for like 15 seconds or something like that. But with this, just like they're in like the beautiful countryside in Tennessee, just going through all these like beautiful hills and stuff. And like, there's one point where Kim drives straight through a boat, and Abernathy's like, "Was that a fucking boat?"
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, they just like completely low side a motorcyclist as well, and he just
And
like
he had the
flips
shot
into.
of him flipping sideways into the fucking like the kiosk or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And just like, and then there's a Scary Movie 4 sign that
Yeah.
goes straight through. Or no, Kim goes, "What's your sign, hey?" And then he drives straight to the sign. I think it's Scary Movie 4 and like Shrek 3 or something like that on the sign. And they're just like whizzing through traffic and shit like that, and then back out onto the country roads. And then there's one point, or what is it? Kim's like, "Please don't dead end. Please don't dead end." And it doesn't, and they disappear off up into the hills, and he thinks he's like scot free.
About
And then out of
fucking
nowhere,
time.
And then out of nowhere, they just sideswipe the
Ram
fuck
him.
out of him and just flip his fucking car.
Yeah.
And he is fucked up.
Ah!
No, be careful, my right arm is broken. And they just pull him out. And this actually used to be on my old phone. I used to be able to have a video as my background. The three girls just punching
Beating
him
the
in a
shit out of him.
triangle
I
was
love
my
it.
old background.
Yeah.
I actually have that file already saved because that scene is on my Instagram. But they just fuck him up. It's so good. And like, I don't know, this is an instance where it's not too like over the top or whatever. It's just where you see the villain just get his.
Get what he deserves.
They're just punching the shit out of him. And my favorite shot in the movie, after they punch him for like, I think it's like half a minute or something, they're just punching him to and from each other. He's down on the floor, and there's the end, and it's just Dean, and then Chick Habit by April March start playing.
Yeah.
And Rosario just circles around, and she pulls her boot all the way up in the air, and
She
just
grabs the back of her thigh.
and she Chun-Li's the fuck out of his face, and you can just see the face collapse in.
Yeah,
It's
I love it.
good.
Oh.
But then we get Chick Habit, which again is one of my favorite songs. But we get to see all these flashes of women throughout the credits, and it's like, has he just done this a lot?
Yes.
You know, has he done this to plenty
That was
other
my
women?
question, because I always looked at it and think, like, these are the women that he killed.
Yeah.
These are the women that he got to. Whether they were groups of women or whether they were out on their own, like maybe someone on the highway or something like that. And but like, I also look at it from the point of view of like those three women are getting revenge for the women that died in part A of this film.
Exactly. That's why you don't feel like, that's why you feel like it's completely justified. Because this man is like a hunter of women.
Yeah.
Like, not just like he's not just a murderer. Like, he has like a
He goes
target,
out specifically to do it. Yeah.
You know? I don't know. I don't know. I'm very, very happy to see chicks fucking shit up.
Damn
and just
right.
doing cool shit. It kind of gives me like foreshadowing of like of Mad Max Fury Road or wherever, where that's another movie where women were kind of like very, very happy with it, because it was like, you're not portraying us as weak, like we're allowed to get fucked up.
Yeah.
You know, you're allowing us to also get down and as dirty as men, and have it not be like, see, I'm a girl and I can do it too. It's like, no, you're also right there, and you're also just doing like badass shit, you know, which is why I think I compare this one a lot to kind of Kill Bill, where it's like, that's also just a really good like chick movie, you know, of chicks like just fucking people up.
Chicks doing what's needed.
Girls get it done.
Girls getting it done, man. I'm telling you. But honestly, like, this film is just like, I said it at the beginning, but I do want to reiterate it. It is it a feminist piece? I don't know.
I think so.
But I do think that it is definitely a female empowerment film.
Yeah.
You know, like, and as I said, it's not an overtly thing like, you know, oh, women power, blah, 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 pussy power, all that kind of thing.
It's not the Spice Girls movie.
Yeah, it's not. It's none of that shite. It's more like, you fucked with us, we're gonna fuck you up.
Yeah.
Expect trouble, asshole.
Yeah.
Like, this is how it is, and like, that's the way I want to see. Like, if it's like a horror film with like a final girls or things like that, I want to see more of that.
Yeah, women taking charge.
Women taking charge, not for the sake of like, oh, I'm feeling meek because there's a man in the room or anything like that, just because I don't care, there's a man, I'm gonna fucking do this.
Yeah.
You know?
And I think that's the kind of quality that a lot of people really appreciate in a final girl. Somebody like an Ellen Ripley or like a Sydney Prescott, where I would include Nancy from Nightmare on Elm Street in that, except she kind of has a lot of help.
Yeah.
And also she's not really there for that long. Like, she's only in the 2 movies. But like, yeah, somebody who's like, where she just steps up, like in Aliens, like just one of the most it sounds corny, but I almost like borderline get emotional, where she just like steps up in the power loader and it's, get away from her, you bitch.
Yeah,
it's like, this lady is here to fuck shit up,
she's
bro.
there to murder this queen.
You know? Okay, can we do Alien Month soon? Because I'm dying to talk about Alien.
We'll get to it.
I just we haven't gotten to Ellen Ripley yet, and I really, really want to get there. For real. Or even fucking Sydney in the end of like the last movie, where she comes in and it's like she's experienced in this, where it's just like, look, if anybody's hiding now, come out or I'm going to shoot you.
Yeah.
You know, where it's just like, I've done this before, I know what the fuck I'm doing. Like, get out of my way.
You
know?
And one of them ends up getting shot. Yeah,
exactly. She shoots first and asks questions later.
Yeah,
she
damn
knows
right.
what the fuck is up. You know?
Exactly.
Like, they didn't stick around to find out why this guy was doing what he was doing. We don't ever find out. I don't think we want to know why. I think we kind of do know why though. Where it's like, this dude is like,
oh, it's fully just like sexual kicks.
Yeah, he's like, it's giving incel. You know. And again, it's just a good revenge movie.
Yeah.
Which I don't feel like we've actually touched on a lot.
No, we don't really have a lot of that. I think it's more like it's an aggravator and not retaliating in a sense of revenge. It's more so defense. Yeah. You know, like until the threat is gone in any way, you know?
I don't know, I feel like we should get a little bit more, because this is another one that I feel like could borderline not be considered horror, but I feel like
it deserves to be spoken about.
Yeah, like, I feel like I would. Like, I don't know if this would be... Like, if you went into Extravision, maybe you wouldn't find this in the horror section. But, like, I don't know. I think exploitation, to me, is like a very close sister or cousin of horror.
Yes.
You know, like I would consider Maniac a horror movie, even though that to me is also an exploitation movie. You know, I don't know. I'd be like kind of excited to do more of these. I wish Tarantino did more stuff like this.
Yeah.
Like more kind of outrightly
female revenge.
Yeah, I mean we have Kill Bill and stuff, but like I don't know. I'd like to be able to talk about Tarantino more on this. And he's toyed around with the idea of his last movie being a horror movie, but I don't know how that would go.
Yeah, I think you would need to very much
recruit somebody else in.
He would need to find a balance there that wouldn't disappoint obviously long-term fans.
Yeah.
But also like, hey, listen, if you're going to do a horror movie, do it right. You know, I would expect a certain caliber if he was going to do a horror movie, you know?
Jesus.
My God, cough up a lung.
Like, I want to know, like, I'm not sure if horror is maybe his genre, because I feel like he's kind of into, like, this would be his brand of horror.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like a Maniac or Duel or something like that. Although he did say that he prefers the 1998 Psycho over the original.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. Oh, it's the last billboard before Guiro's.
Oh, woo!
Okay, stunning.
Stunhon, Stunners, McStunnerson,
Stunnerella,
Jewish, of course.
Stalensky Astinowitz.
The third.
I knew her. I went to Hebrew school.
I went to Hebrew school between Doheny and Inglewood. So next week we're gonna have a fun, gay old time. We're gonna do a little gem that that sort of was just like a great thing to bring back, like the OC What a Demon looked like.
Yeah,
you know,
kind of unofficial Evil Dead 4.
Yes. Hint, hint. We're doing Drag Me to Hell.
Fuck yeah, dude. We're
going to do a commentary, so we're going to be watching it live, and it's a watch along. So by all means,
fuck it, we'll do it live.
We'll do it live. So by all means, watch along with us, and we'll give you the start time, everything, all that jazz. So by all means, have a good old time with it. You know.
Oh my God! Even in that, he's like, "You stupid whore."
I
fucking love that movie. Is this our first Raimi? We haven't done any of the Evil Deads yet.
Have we done any type of or even Evil Dead adjacent? Have we done any Sam Raimi?
No, we haven't done any Raimi yet.
This is the first Sam Raimi that we're doing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh shit, I mean there's a new Evil Dead coming out in like 2 months. We gotta maybe catch up a little bit.
Yeah.
I feel like the first and second...
so hint there, yeah, great.
I feel like the first 2 movies are kind of interchangeable in a way.
Oh yeah. You could watch the first to the second
version of the first movie.
Yeah.
And the third, Army of Darkness,
is
one of my favorite movies of all time.
I like every Halloween I watched that as a kid. I'm gonna cut your gizzard off.
Yeah, it's so good.
Always loved it. So you've been listening to
They're Here podcast.
Yeah,
it is
great.